Welcome to another episode of AGHORI Stories. Today we will be discussing on the secret code of Tantra, or you can say the secret code in Tantra. Till now we have talked about the scientific aspects of Tantra in reference to physics, chemistry and biology. But today we are going to talk something different, and that's secret code in Tantra. Spirituality is a wonder by itself, and there are many paths to realize this reality. All these paths have been revealed at some place and some time to the sages by the divine. Indian spirituality is very ancient and complete in itself. The most public spirituality in India is the Vedic one. The Veda's intent is mostly to the ritual practices by the individual in a group or community, which are of daily in nature, aiming mostly at the cleansing the clouded intellect of the common man, which is called the Chit Shuddhi. These are to be learned from a perceptor who is venerated as the divine clothed in human apparel. A clear man now focuses on the more subtle aspects of creation. Herein, the Vedas declare that these are specific to the individual, and this have to be obtained from a master who has a deep understanding and experience. Some passages of Vedas also hint in a coded manner of this higher spiritual practice. And today we are going to talk about this coded manner of this higher spiritual practices. Tantra is often a misconceived territory in a mysterious world. Generally, people attribute drinking liquor and having sex as tantrik in nature. But that's absolutely wrong. Mantra, Tantra and Yantra is a triad. Here Tantra will denote the doctrine or system which will have practice mystic words, that is mantra, with usage of mystic diagrams, that is yantra, or you can also say it mandala. These practices are basis of the sadhakas in his sadhana. Simple yogic sadhana like pranayana, placing of the seed sound, that is bij akshara, on the body called the nyasa, placing vessel for outer worship called patra sadhana, worship of the main deity and the attendant deities called pradhan puja, and avaran puja are some of the aspects we see in the most of the tantras. Some tantras also deal with the metaphysical and philosophical basis of these rituals. The meaning of tantra has a lot of aspects. Today we are going to also discuss some aspects of this tantra. If we go deep in the world of Tantra, the first thing we need to understand the word Tantra. And the Sanskrit word Tantra means the wrap of a loom or the strands of a braid. The root of the word Tantra comes from Tanoti or Trayati. Tanoti means stretch, expand, or to continue without a break, and Trayati, which means protection. Highest protection is recognition that verify all this the self and no different from it, and this is nothing but liberation. Thus, this will mean a set of principles or system likened to be a web which will lead to the liberation. Tantra is often translated as continuum or unbroken stream and indicates a flow of consciousness from ignorance to enlightenment. Thus, we can see that Tantra represents the inner connecting energies between all things in this and other planes of existence, leading to the liberation. Tantra, the word will mean Tanu Visaryate iti Tantra. This means expand the body is Tantra. Now, how will it look if we have a long nose after Tantric sadhana? Does it mean that? Or big ears? Or short becoming taller or vice versa? Since none of this are happening, then it is must be something that is connected with this body that is said in the above statement. It is body consciousness or the awareness that actually exists. This is clear when at midnight in darkness and no other sound is heard, we are aware of our existence. Nobody is there or is needed to identify that I or us exist. Expansion of this is hinted by the above meaning to encompass the entire creation and re-establish the identity with the divine. In other words, which are used to describe Tantra, are leading principle, essential part, model, system, framework, doctrine, rule, theory, scientific work, order, chief part, rule, authority, science, mystic works, and magical arts. We all have a strong faith that Vedas are ever existent from the initial time of creation and were revealed to the sages. They saw the mantras, the sound structures, and hence are called Rishi. Rishi is Rishio Mantra Drashtartha. Tantras also exist eternally. They are said as revealed by Lord to Devi called Agama and vice versa is called the Nigam. Many secrets in this line are revealed in them. This being secret in nature have not been revealed directly. Various codes have been deployed to protect them and from reaching the common man who still has a clouded intellect. However, masters had access to the keys of such code and passed them down the lineage to deserving disciples only. A small effort is done here to understand the rationale between such a code called Kata Payadi. Kata Payadi. In this code, the letters are assigned in certain numbers. The vowels are assigned the number 0. From Ka to Ja, they are numbered from 1 to 9 and Jana is 0. Similarly, Ta, 9 numbers and Na is 0. Again, Pa is 5 up to Ma once again. From Ya to La, 9 akshara is 0. If we find a samyuktakshara, the combination of two or more consonants with a vowel, the last consonant is to be taken. After assigning the numbers in order of the word decoded, we have to read it in reverse. A detailed list as per the above guidance is discussed here, like a, e, u, ru, a, o, is 0. K, kh, g, gh, d, ch, z, z. So if we now use it in the reverse mechanism, is z, j, ch, d, gh, g, kh, k. These codes are used to specify the number of syllables in mantra which are revealed in a hidden coded manner referring to certain words, which will mean a certain syllable or the number of times the mantra is to be repeated or the number of deities is in an enclosure, that is the avarana. Let us now enjoy on decoding some of them using the above guidelines. The famous example is from Mahabharata. Says Vyasa says Tato Jaya Murdir Yet. I will tell you about Jaya. This means I will tell you about Jaya. Decoding this with the above key, Ja is 8 and Ya is 1. Reversing, we get the number 18, which are the number of chapters or parvas in the said epic of Mahabharata. The word Vidya means knowledge. The rishis have classified the knowledge into 14 aspects. 4 Vedas, that is Rigved, Yajurved, Samved and Atharvaved. 6 Angas, Shiksha, Vyakrana, Chandas, Nirukti, Jyotisha and Kalpam. 4 Upangas, that is Purana, Nyaya, Mimamsa and Dharma Shastra. Using the above code, deciphering the word Vidya, V is 4 and Y is Dya. Since Dya is Samyuktakshwara, that is the last consonant, Y is taken, is 1. Reading per the instructions of the code will result the number 14, which are the number of the aspects. The word Kharga means sword. The sword is identified with knowledge of unity, of the self, the world, and the creator, removing the notion of duality. As per the code, this will point to number 32. Kha is 2 and Ga is 3. Reversing will result to 32, which is Shuddha Vidya Tattva, which clearly is unifying of the self, universe and Yuswara. In Triloka Mohan Kavacha, we find a Vidya that is Nakha, Vana. These are two aspects of to decode, both resulting in the same number. First will mean the nail, that is Nakha. There are 20 nails in the body, 10 on the hand and 10 on the feet. The said Vidya has 20 syllables. Now, using the above code Na is 0 and Kha is 2, reading them on the reverse will result in number 20. Thus, the number of syllables in the Vidya is revealed. There is a secret Vidya in the Puja Paddhati or called the Nabhi Vidya. Decoding the word Nabhi by the above process, Na is 0 and Bha is 4. Reading them in the reverse will be 40. Na is 0 and Bha is 4. So reversing that, it's 40. The said Vidya has 40 combinations to be chanted. This actually means that Nabhi Vidya has 40 combinations which are to be chanted. The combinations were again said as code in the Dhyana Shloka as Pikaruru Bala. Using the same code, we find the combination as 11, 22 and 33. The one here will refer to Vagbhavyuta, 2 the Kamarjakuta and the 3 the Shakti Kuta. Another combination said was Kambukha is a combination of word applying the rule we have take only R, which will mean 2 and rest is decodable. Thus we find the combination 1 3 2 2 3 1, which shall point to the kutas as said above. There are various kinds of tantra sects or tantra therapies, you can say, or processes or theories. Out of that, there is one tantra called the Parmanand Tantra. And there is a parayan called Chakra Parayan. It relates to Avarna deities. The repetition of different bija. In the Dhyan Shloka, we find a reference to the number of repetitions Gnana Gnanaya Nagnaya Bheda Ruchiram. Decoding the above ideas in mind, GY, that is Gnan, the first word GY and N will denote 0. Y to 1. Substituting, we find 5 zeros and 1. Reversing this will count 1 lakh. And the number of count in the parayana will end up which after the practice. Almost every person who is related to Sanatan knows about Lalita Sahasranam. While explaining the name Anadhina, he splits the name An plus Adi. Let me again tell you An, that is An, plus Aadi Adi plus Nidhana Nidhan AA. Nidhana means death. He chose to decode the word Adi, which is prefixed to a code AA is 0. Since it is a lone vowel, Da is 8. Reading them will result in 80. He then explains that there are 80 types of death, elaborating with the help of Shiva, Linga Purana, and An is negation of this. Since Sri Devi is eternal, there is death and hence no birth. This is actually Sri Bhaskaraya who has used these codes in his commentary of Lalita Sahasranam, and I am just trying to take reference of that to explain you guys over here. The same is referred in another name of commentary Mrityu, Daru Ku Tharika. Mrityu, Daru Ku Tharika. Here again Bhaskara takes the word Daru and decodes it to get Da is 8, Ra is 2. On reading them, as per practice, we will give 28. This 28 types of Mrityu are explained, and also he refers to the above said names which includes this 28 also. So if we talk in simpler language, many of us when we visit some temple or some pandit or some astrologer, he advises us that please chant this mantra for X many times. Say 1 lakh times, 23,000 times, 5,000 times, 50,000 times in a specific period of time also. For example, if we take a very routine practice that is still continuing in India, and that is chanting of Mahamrityunjay mantra for 1,25,000 times. Now, Mahamrityunjay mantra has to be chanted for 1.25 lakhs, and that too in 1 month and 25 days. So, one mass is 30 days and 25 days is a general understanding, but in actual, it is just the 15 days, that is 1.5 month if we talk in terms of English calendar. So, there are many variation of codes which are there, and this kind of codes are there to give you the exact information. So, when it is said that the rishis have kunjika means the keys to decode, and one of the kunjika which is very popular is Siddh Kunjika Stotra. As per my knowledge and my research, I have found around 12 kunjikas, 12 keys, like which are actually created in a format of stotra. So once you know how to decode that stotra, you will get the information that what is the use of this particular mantra which is there in the stotra, and how these combinations and permutations and combinations will work to achieve a specific goal. I know it's really very difficult to understand this kind of decoding and coding, but those who are into coding and programming, I think they will be able to understand it on a better manner. And I'm still trying to decode the entire information in a very simple way so that you guys can understand and learn to decode the secrets behind the tantra or the mantra. But at the same time, there are various saints in India who actually say that if you have bhakti, if you have full faith in the deity, and if you are chanting mantra, the coding and decoding process is actually done by the deity himself. But your intention should be pure. So, for example, if a person has full faith in Lord Shiva, and if he continues chanting or continues chanting Om Namah Shivaya, then the decoding and the coding format will be decoded by the deity himself, because again tantra is the tantragna. Tantragna means the chief of tantra. The tantragna is Lord Shiva. He is the prime deity who has created this entire process. So you can say that Shiva was a software engineer who could decode and code the information in terms of vowels. You might find it slightly difficult to understand, but this topic is such that it needs to have some more information, and I am trying to create this information in a easier manner in coming episodes for sure, because this is the theory part, or what I have understood. I have tried to portray through discussions and coining these discussions into a narration in front of you guys. But I still understand that you need to understand it more deeper, more easier, more simple. And so, for sure, we'll be coming with a very informative video on the same, but about 1 month later, because it takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of time to make this particular aspect simple for people to understand. This is all for the today's video. If you have enjoyed, if you have understood, do share with those who are interested in this subject. And this information is actually the crux, which I think for the first time is getting uploaded on YouTube. I don't claim that other information or other videos related to Tantra are fake or they are not true. But somewhere down the line, if you don't understand the meaning of decoding and coding in Tantra and Mantra, the information would be half baked. And this half baked information is actually really damaging or something which will not give you effective results. Thanks a lot. This is your friend, mystic researcher Maulik Butch on the AGHORI stories.